Every investor has made mistakes when it comes to investing into the stock market. I've made a few, I know a lot of my friends have made a few. Hi, my name's Ishaan, I'm 21 years old, I've got a portfolio of over £400,000 and I like making investing simple and easy and accessible to everybody watching. So in today's video, we are going to be breaking down some of the mistakes I've made as well as other people have made when it came to investing for the very first time. Number one, investing without understanding what you are buying. A lot of beginners tend to buy stocks, individual stocks, crypto, ETFs because people tell them to do so. And a lot of the time you actually have no idea what you're investing into and why you're investing into a specific stock or an ETF. So whenever you buy something, you have to understand why you are buying it. If you don't understand why you're buying something, there's no point buying it all. For example, Apple. Why are some people buying Apple even though the valuation is so high and investors are paying a premium for it? You need to understand exactly the fundamentals that go behind a company and what is driving the share price. So at the moment, one of the most owned stocks is a company called Nvidia, which is basically the forefront of AI. At the moment, it is at all-time highs because of the AI race and the AI run, but most people don't actually understand what Nvidia even do. So if you are a beginner investor, before you put any of your money in an individual stock or an ETF, understand exactly what that company does and how they are making money. The second mistake that beginners make when investing is trying to become rich quickly. Investing is not about becoming rich overnight. That is not the point of investing. The core purpose of investing is to beat inflation. Having money in a bank account or in a savings account isn't doing it justice. Your money needs to be working for you, and this is where investing comes in. Yes, a lot of people have made a lot of money through investing and day trading, etc. But the principle of investing isn't to get rich overnight. It is about consistency and long-term input. When investing, you are basically tracking the growth of a company, a country, the world, etc. rather than leaving your money in a bank account where it's just sitting there losing value. And a lot of beginners think, oh, they're going to be rich overnight. That's not the case. The third mistake that beginner investors make when investing is panic selling. Now, panic selling is the key thing that causes you to lose money. Remember, when you invest, you don't actually lose unless you sell a stock or an ETF at a loss. And the mistake that beginner investors make is that when they see their money going down, they sell. That causes a loss. And this is why people think that investing is super risky. It's because they hear stories about people losing so much money in the financial markets when that is actually at their own fault. They have sold at a loss. But what tends to happen is that the market recovers. The thing is, the stock market brings out a lot of emotion. And yes, when you see your portfolio down, it can bring out a lot of emotions, but it is important to understand the fundamentals of how the stock market works. Experienced investors understand how it works, and instead of selling during the dips, they actually buy during the dips. They buy at low points and sell when people are driven by greed. So remember, do not panic sell. This brings me on to the sponsor of this video, which is Trading 212, the platform that I personally use when investing. Trading 212 I've used when I was 18 years old, and it was the first investing account that I ever opened for my ISA. Now remember, when you're investing, your capital is always at risk, but I personally have used Trading 212 for a while now, and that's where I have my general invest account as well as my ISA. And if you want to start investing and get up to £100 worth of free fractional shares, you can use my code REVISH. You just have to deposit a minimum of £1. But remember, your investments can go up or down in value. Anyway, the next mistake a beginner can make is not diversifying. Diversifying is very, very important. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket because that basket could essentially be the downfall of your portfolio. You don't want to invest into Apple stock only or Microsoft or Meta. You want to be diversified. Now, the FTSE All-World tracks 3,700 companies globally. Yes, 60% of these companies are US, but it is more diversified than investing into the S&P 500. But remember, it is a problem to be over-diversified. You don't want to be too over-diversified because then you might not make any returns at all. So you need to have conviction, but you also want some of your portfolio to help you when something happens. For example, me, 80% of what I invest is in stocks, shares, ETFs, etc., and 20% is commodities like gold. And the final mistake that beginner investors make is not investing at all or just playing the waiting game. The biggest piece of advice that I was given when I started my investing journey is that time in the market is better than timing the market. Mathematically, if you invest the lump sum now, you are generally going to do better than dollar cost averaging. But dollar cost averaging works well, especially when it comes to the psychological factor of investing. Many people wait because they're chasing the perfect time of the market when it's at all-time lows. But let's say the market is doing so well for 1 year, and then you've waited all this while and then it drops a bit. You have missed a whole year's worth of returns. So remember, time in the market is so much more valuable than timing the market. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I know a lot of people that have made mistakes when it comes to investing. I've made a few, so please don't get caught up with them, and just remember these key points when it comes to investing in the stock market. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video and it's been useful for you. Good luck with your investing journey. I cannot wait to see the results. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.